Hi, folks. Again, I have just realized that I don't think the microphone was working. So what we're going to do is we will just repeat exactly what I just did. I'll put a link to this in the Patreon stream if you want to check it out afterwards. Of course, it will be available on YouTube. So hi, welcome to the live stream again, take 2 for April 2022. And now I had some questions from some Patreons. One in particular, Dave asked about song structure and kind of my thoughts on that. And he also asked about Let Your Love Flow by the Bellamy Brothers. So let's put my little ticker up here. Oh, not ticket, not to Mark, to me. Sure. Oh my God, I'm just a bit of all over the place. Okay, so could you discuss the intros of the functions of intros, verses, and choruses and how they're constructed? We're going to talk about that in a second. But first up, let's just do that little Let Your Love Flow thing again. So I've got a capo at my first fret here. In regular tuning, we've got a D. We're basically going to play stop, down, up, stop. All right, so right. And then hammer on A, B, second fret there. And then go back to D. So you've got D, and then D, G, okay? D, hammer, okay? You can even do it like that. So you have D, hammer, G, okay? Right, that is the intro. And then we have basically 4 bars of D. I'm going to attach my little chart I wrote out here to the Patreon comments thing later. So there's our intro, and then 4 bars of D. Down, up, down. G. Sorry, A. 2 bars. D. And that thing from the intro where we go to the G on the 2.5 of the bar. Okay, and then it loops around back through the verse again. Right, chorus, we've got G, D, A, G, D, sorry. Okay, second time, D, A. Now, in the last 2 bars here, instead of playing that regular D thing that we had before, we're going to go D sus4, D, okay, and then it loops around through the verse again. So it's a very, very quick run through of Let Your Love Flow by the Bellamy Brothers. All right, next, so the real kind of guts of today's live stream, I wanted to talk about song structure. Now, I made some notes. So we're going to talk about 7 different song structure forms. First of which is the most basic one. Now, the basic one, you've heard this, it goes verse, chorus, verse, chorus. But first, let's identify the sections of the song. I know this might be a bit straightforward for some of you guys, but there's basically a bunch of sections. You've got an intro, right? That sets up the song, a bit like in that Bellamy Brothers thing. Right? Can it also be slightly different to the rest of the tune, right? Or it might sort of lead towards something that you might hear again in the tune, right? Okay, next up, you have a verse. That basically is the sort of the guts of your song. You're explaining what's happening. You might have a pre-chorus, which will lead you to explain something in the chorus, or lead to like a build-up, or so that attention, so that you can then release in the chorus. Here's the chorus, jazz hands. Chorus is something that's going to happen over and over again. Sometimes it gets called a refrain. Refrain and chorus are slightly different things, but for the most part, let's just call them chorus. And chorus, often will have a line that gets repeated, like a hook, Let Your Love Flow, for example. And then what we have is a bridge. So a bridge is like an alternate musical idea, or it might help explain something. So there you go. All right, now, so number one, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus. Let's think of an example. As an example is "Smoke on the Water" by Deep Purple. You know, dun, 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 dun. And then smoke on the water, right? Okay, so you just get those two bits over and over again. All You Need Is Love by the Beatles is another example of that verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus. So to write a successful song, it doesn't need to be a really complicated structure. You know, just write what comes out. If you are a songwriter, I would never obsess about the song structure. Write what comes out. And if you think you need a bridge or a pre-chorus to make the song better, put it in. If you don't think you do, don't. I know, it's wild. All right, now let's see if anybody's actually here. I don't think so, but that's okay. Now, number two is verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, and then repeat the chorus at the end. All right. So if you repeat the chorus at the end, you're going to get that sort of emphasis of what you really want the song to deliver, I guess. That is probably the most important thing. Another thing you can do if you're writing an 80s power ballad, for example, is make the key change happen in the chorus. So, you know, you've got your chorus. Imagine if we had that Bellamy Brothers thing where if we went up, I don't know if it does that in the song, but that would be a good example of that. So you're going to get this extra bit of chorus. Okay, number three is basically a bridge. Adding a bridge will really help you explain what's happening in the song. So, you know, if the first verse is, if it's a love song, for example, the first verse is, I saw her across the room. Then the chorus is like, let's get together, let's get together. The second chorus, you explain why it is you like her so much. And then you get, let's get together, let's get together. And then the bridge might be about how you met or how that happened, or maybe, you know, and my mate Johnny came in and he introduced me to this girl, and, you know, and then it's like, we got together in the last chorus, for example, right? So a bridge would be like a lyric explainer or a song explainer, story explainer, or it might be a completely different idea. You know, you could have a bridge which is a completely different musical idea. It might be like a solo, instrumental solo or something like that. A new idea like in Katy Perry's I Kissed a Girl. She's got a bridge that explains, you know, you get that I Kissed a Girl whole thing. And then I think that's written by Kathy Dennis, maybe. Could be. Anyway, she wrote loads of really awesome pop songs like the Kylie Minogue song, Can't Get You Out of My Head. I think she also wrote Toxic by Britney Spears. Anyway, so some great ideas there of pop songs which will have an awesome bridge which will take you somewhere else. Then I guess another way is to have a chorus at the beginning to set up your Hector asks, the model of my guitar. This is a Fender Jazzmaster. It's an American Pro 2. Hector, I actually have a review of this guitar on my YouTube channel. You can check it out. Check it out, American Pro 2 Fender Jazzmaster review. I've got a really long one. Whoa, indeed. I know, it cost me a lot of money. You can check it out on the just on the channel. I've got a long 20-minute version, an unboxing and all that kind of stuff. And I've just a really short 5-minute rundown of what the guitar can do. It's an awesome guitar. It has a lot of options. It's got that jazz circuit. So when you put it up, it sounds like, let's take this off. Probably put the guitar out of tune, but right? And then here engages this circuit here, right? So jazz master, yes, correct. Right, front pickup, both pickups in the middle position, like sort of standard sort of thing. Bridge. Also has this cool thing where you basically engage a sort of vintage setting or a modern throaty setting. So by pushing that down in and out the tone button there, push that in and out. Push that in, you get more of a gutsy sound. Pull it out, slightly thinner sound, more vintagey sound. Right? Anyway, back to song structure. So yes, so a bit of a chorus at the beginning, like Forget You by CeeLo Green, has a bit of the chorus, gives you a bit of a taste, and then bang into the verse. All right? Now, we haven't even spoken about pre-choruses yet. Pre-choruses are my absolutely favorite thing because they just drive the song, right? So you get the verse, the pre-chorus can be a bit of an explainer, or it can be, you know, getting you ready for the whoa! So for example, like in Someone Like You by Adele, right? That's a pretty well-known song, pretty well-written song. She does this. E minor. C. Yeah. G. I think it's actually an A, but if you put a capo, you could do exactly this. Right? And then you get that that bit, da 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 da, coming over, and then this bit over. Now, then it just extends, and you're waiting, and you're thinking, if you haven't heard this song before, you're thinking, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? And then, right? So, and what's interesting in that example is actually the pre-chorus then gets extended. So the first verse, I think it's shorter, and then the second verse, because you've heard the chorus before and you loved it so much, she makes you wait for the chorus, which is absolutely awesome. I love it. I think it's absolutely fantastic. So that kind of idea in pre-chorus. What other sort of pre-chorus ideas do I write down? Oh yeah, Oasis, Wonderwall. So you have that. And bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, bum. You know, that bit, pre-chorus. There are many things I'd like to say to you. D, C. And maybe, right, so it builds you up to expect something awesome to happen. And that awesome is the chorus. Okay, the final one, I guess, is a bit unusual, actually. So verse, verse, bridge, verse. So something like We Can Work It Out by the Beatles is a good example of this. As you can see in my way, life is very short and there's no, so different section. All right, so sorry if you missed this the first time round. Hector, thanks for hanging out with me. I really appreciate that. Sorry to everybody else who came to check out the first stream and then realized there was no level on the mic. That was pretty ordinary. Entirely user error. I will see you next month for another Q&A. Thanks so much for watching. If you want to submit questions, you can do that, even though I gave Hector a little sneaky question there. You can do that at patreon.com/Simon Rowe. I will see you next time. All the best. Thanks very much. Bye for now.